There's one other thing we ought to talk about. We've inferred it, but we need to say it specifically, and that is the sisters role. The councils are led by a sister and an elder, and as a result, we have double the, how do you say it? In a normal ward council in our home ward, you have the primary president, the Relief Society president, Young Women's president, and that is essentially all the sisters that are in the ward council. In our ward councils, we have approximately 42 or so people there. Half of them are sisters, and they have an increasing role in the leadership of the ward and are being trained in a way that simply doesn't happen in a home ward.
About half of the councils are actually chaired by a sister.
Absolutely.
And what a great blessing it is for them to move out and assume that leadership role.
And there's an important reason why those sisters need to be so heavily involved. And that's because in our stake, 60% of the homes have no priesthood in them.
That's right.
And so they're not represented by any priesthood leader that's in some meeting. They're only represented if their other sisters are involved. And Elder Ballard has said that we need, as priesthood holders, to give the sisters an opportunity to participate and to use their talents. And wards blossom by using all of the resources in the ward and not just the priesthood half.
And the sisters develop solutions to meet the needs in a way that they want to see those needs met. I remember in a welfare meeting one time where there was a discussion about some of the sisters and brothers weren't eating right and weren't interacting with each other. And the Relief Society just brought it up as a concern. And there began to be some sharing of ideas. And rather than having the bishopric state, well, why don't you do these things? We said, why don't you go develop an action plan for how you propose that we solve this? And so they went into the chairs and co-chairs of some of the councils and talked to them. And we had a sister that was chairing the Friendship and Service Council at that time. And what they came up with was the idea of establishing 3 dinner groups in the ward. And so the Friendship and Service Council went out and found these people that weren't eating right and weren't interacting with each other and got some of the people that were quite social and established these groups of 10 to 12 people to have these dinners together. And do you know that in the ward, no one knew that a council had done that? Everybody thought these kids just got together on their own to figure it out, and yet it was the Friendship chair, a female, who had decided how to do that. And the beauty of that is that those dinner groups continue over 2 years later. As different people come and go in them, they're still taking place in that ward. And it has just met so many needs. It's just been so fun to watch those sisters provide that leadership.